Now recording.
Thank you, Craig. You're always a welcome presence.
John, you look like a Stretch Armstrong doll went wrong.
Thank you, Great Value, Optimus Prime. Watch him come back and just be like, fuck you.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but since the last episode, Craig and I have become lovers.
Then he's a two-timing bitch.
Does that not? Why the
two-timing
fuck
bitch.
does that not surprise me?
Craig, you two-timing
It's like that movie.
bitch.
You ever see that movie? Did you ever see that movie Her? Except for it's a guy and a badger this time.
Giggity.
Jesus, I fucking can't. I'm trying to get a toothpick. 'Cause I'm fucking. I just finished. So. Also, welcome episode 6, 7, 7.
Jesus, man. Talking about picking his teeth. Ain't even freaking
8.
announced the episode.
Listen, I'm trying. All right, hold on. Let me take a look and see what episode this is, because I can see if I look at my thing.
I love you, big dog.
Episodes. It's episode 8. That's where we're on episode 8. Oh, we're almost episode 10. We've almost made 10 episodes of this thing. That's pretty cool.
Oh, by the way,
That's
Craig, I
pretty
heard
cool.
what you said to me on episode 3. You can eat a dick too.
Yeah, episode 3 is the first episode you get to hear Craig's voice. So that's always fun. It might change. We were just talking about how it might change.
He told us all to eat a dick and let him out of here.
Yeah, he did. Listen, it's because I keep Craig locked in a very tight space in my computer. He doesn't get out much. He doesn't get a lot of outside time in the yard.
He's like that mail order bride that you leave in the basement because you don't want to tell anybody about.
He keeps Craig in a cock cage.
That's a whole different kind of confinement, and Joe can attest that kind of confinement's never complained about.
I'm sorry. That is not my thing. I take offense.
He said, "Fuck you! I'm not."
You
about
can't
that
cage
shit."
this beast.
Joke's on
Can't
you
cage
that
this
don't
wobble.
make a cage small enough.
I mean, fuck you, but
But
You
oh
kind
god,
of walked into that one, Paw.
dude, it's been a fucking week. I tell you
shit
what.
has gone down
Fuck you.
lately.
I don't even want to talk
Like,
about this week.
Like, can we talk about the fucking oiled elephant in the fucking room?
What oiled
Diddy,
elephant?
my guy.
Oh yes. Okay. You know what? Listen, I know that we typically try to avoid some topics and
nothing
just
about
because
what's going on. Nothing about any of that. But the
just because it's hard to make
1,000
certain
bottles.
things. Just because it's really
1,000
hard to make
bottles.
certain it's really hard to make certain things funny, and so we try to avoid certain topics in the sense of we try to make sure we just don't. But my guy,
I
fucking
mean, Johnson,
Diddy,
look,
Puffy, what you doing?
bruh. Johnson & Johnson's pretty fucking mad right now because their next order of baby oil is not coming through for a long time.
Johnson & Johnson just lost
There
out
wasn't
on
enough
fucking millions.
There wasn't enough baby oil in the world that could keep the cops from getting their hands on him.
You're never gonna get me.
You're never gonna get me.
You're never gonna get me.
I just here's the thing though is why baby oil? Why baby oil?
I don't fucking know.
Because like I don't. And Joe, again, I will openly admit that Joe is more knowledgeable, but baby
Yes.
oil is not that great for that, right?
No, absolutely not. No. So, okay, in that context, it's always water-based lubes because usually there's some kind of mat down, which is usually some kind of like silicone mat or something like that, so you don't slip and die. And
Right.
then on top of that shit would destroy a condom. So it's just like, my guy, what are you doing?
So there'd be a bunch of little ditties running around. Well, I
Big
guess
dog.
according to the stories, maybe not, because the little ditties were getting put into the dumpster side. But I just don't think baby oil. Yeah, I'll say, baby oil, from my recollection, is not a great asset.
Hold on. Or other than the lube situation, what about the 784 things that were found. We'll just fucking say it. The 784 dildos that were found in his house.
Or the other assortment of freak out, as they said, items. Or was that
I mean,
freak out? Or
I did not
freak?
look at the
Man's got
full list because I just
Freak
saw
up?
the headline of it, but like
I mean, man's got a flavor for every day of the week, I guess, and then some.
Motherfucker, he's
mean-
got a flavor for every day of the next probably 10 years.
no, it's like
I
that
mean, he's
fucking
he's
it's like that
certainly
Lou
going to be
Bega
getting
song.
some flavors for the next 10 years. That man
Oh
is going to
no,
be
he's
going
looking
through
at probably
every fucking Baskin Robbins. Dude, Diddy is going to go to jail, and he's going to be able to. He's going to get so many. It's going to be like going to Baskin Robbins, 31 different flavors, and he's going to get to try them all. It's going to be
Like,
fucking.
I
almost
think
poetic.
I think
I
from
gotta
what
say, it might be like OJ, where like isotoner gloves basically went out of business after that whole fucking trial thing. I think Johnson & Johnson's baby oil is just done.
Well, duh, they
Johnson-
are now. Their biggest
Johnson took down Diddy.
Their biggest purchasers behind fucking bars for probably the next 50 years. And he's 54, so keep in mind he's probably going to be in jail the rest of his life.
I am just loving this narrative that we're seeing right now, where all the greasy dirtbag celebrities are just being exposed for the greasy dirtbags that we all knew they
Or-
were.
Like, who else is going to end up fucking going down with this dude? Like, there's a
So
bunch
okay,
of
I have a theory. I have a running theory on who might be next.
I love conspiracy theories. Please feed me.
based upon like other lists and other people who've like run in similar circles.
Neto
And
is
you just-
currently holding his mouth open.
You just get that
people.
vibe.
I have my dick in my hand right now. I'm so hard. I love conspiracy
Cuba
theories.
Gooding Jr.
Why Cuba
LeBron.
Gooding Jr.?
LeBron
on
James.
All the lists.
What? What?
If I remember correctly, he was on the Epstein flight list, and he's on the Diddy list.
I'm sorry, Cuba Gooding Jr. You did one of my favorite movies. I can't besmirch your name as such. I'd be very sad if Cuba Gooding
Dude,
Jr.
they got
ended up being
LeBron
awful.
on. They got LeBron
Dude, the
on.
Diddy
videos
list is
saying-
wild. I think
I haven't
Oprah's on that
seen
list.
that list. I haven't.
Oprah's
seen
on
it.
everybody's list. Oprah is on everybody's list. Oprah knows everybody.
They got LeBron on videos saying ain't no party like a P. Diddy party.
I mean,
God,
I'm
I'm
sure. I'm sure. I'm
Martha
sure there is no
Stewart.
party.
And Regis Philbin of all people.
Listen. I knew
Martha Stewart has more street cred than probably most of the rappers in
She
the room that she's
does.
standing in.
out of Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg, only one of them's been to prison.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
even Snoop said that shit. Between the two, only one's been to prison, and it ain't the one that
I'm
you would
just-
think
No,
it was.
Did you know that why she met up with him at the Olympics specifically for the horse events?
Oh, I'm sure. Those
No,
two
what? No,
are
why?
my
Why do you think?
To remind
because
her
they
of her
were
days in
betting.
prison.
No, it was because
Why?
he's fucking scared of them and he wanted a friend.
Oh
That's
no.
That's amazing. I love the relationship of Grandma Martha and Grandpa Snoop. It's one of my favorite. I'm just imagining them just baking special brownies on Saturday afternoons with the families together. They all get together every Saturday. They cook
He has a
giant
YouTube
batches
kids
of
show. Yeah.
yeah. Dude, his YouTube kids show. What the fuck? Have you guys seen it? It's a goddamn fever dream.
It's
Yeah,
like
it
Coco
is.
Melon, but not bad for your kids.
It's like
Baby Shark, da, 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 da.
Listen, no, Snoop Dogg has a fucking kid show. Dude, I'm telling you, look up
I
Snoop Dogg's
know,
kid
I
show.
know.
It's amazing.
It's what would happen if it's exactly. It's what would happen if instead of doing acid, the people who made Cocomel and just smoked a bunch of pot. And it's fucking
And then hit up a furry artist to do all the animation.
right?
Mm.
Like that guy, lo and behold, that guy went on to animate the next season of Beastars.
It's called Doggy Land.
For some
Okay.
reason, the entire season was about affirmations.
So then, like, kind of on the previous topic, like, what is your favorite, like, either oopsie or oh my god, we couldn't have planned this better, like, moment for branding? Like, where a brand just got, like, the best or the worst free advertisement for something that happened.
Michael Jackson setting himself on fire for a Pepsi commercial.
Oh. For me, there's one that pops ahead recently. Is did you guys see the reciprocating saw get stuck under the NASCAR and get dragged like halfway around the loop?
No.
Oh, so this fucker comes out the pit trying to beat the pace car with a DeWalt reciprocating saw dragging under the front of his vehicle, sparking the entire time. He drags it like half the length of the track, and then it just like rolls off to the side. They get it off the track. It's missing half of the side of one side because it dragged against the pavement for so long, and it still
That's
worked.
amazing. That's amazing. Was it
DeWalt must be just like that. That was
Yes.
the greatest commercial we've ever had.
That's amazing. That's yeah. No, I firmly believe that because not for no other reason other than if you say if you talk about Pepsi or Michael Jackson, two of the most famous brand names in the world, it always comes up to him setting himself on fire for that commercial or a
It's
Super
like
Bowl event or whatever
it's
fuck
like
it was.
it's like the I have a pen, I have a pineapple, pineapple apple pen. And just
But-
so you
Like,
combine it
I feel
together.
like I
fire.
thought of one and I feel like such a piece of shit.
Ooh, yes,
oh,
do
what's
it.
yours?
Paul Walker and Porsche.
Oh,
Jesus.
You should feel like a piece of shit.
You should feel like a piece of shit.
I'm gonna raise John on the shittiness of it. Ocean Gate and Logitech controllers.
Oh yeah, that was actually fuck you because that
Because
was
it was one of the
mine.
only things that survived.
I
Oh
can't.
no! That's not the only thing that survived. So there was a video that recently showed up, and well, an excerpt from a video that was taken whenever they went down to view the wreckage and shit. Dude,
Oh
how
yeah, because the
about
trial just happened, right?
how
Mhm,
about
yeah.
yeah? So how about the entire thing didn't it imploded, but the entire thing wasn't gone like everybody thinks it was. Everybody thinks that just some bitch just imploded and just poof disappeared, and the only thing left was the Logitech controller. No. So how about part of that submarine's held together with a fucking ratchet strap?
Yep.
And not like your fucking ratchet strap. No, like the fucking you pull that bitch tight ratchet strap.
Mm.
Like hand pull that bitch tight. I've seen that. I'm like, fucking
Yeah.
what? In
Dude,
the sweet words
I-
of Mother Mary, come again.
One, fuck you for stealing my line. Two, two, this is gonna be a slight tangent, but I cannot express to you the sweet, sweet feeling that I get when I hear of a bunch of fucking stupid millionaires, a bunch of fucking
Billionaires.
a bunch of stupid billionaires, a bunch of stupid fucking billionaires who go and go, you know what? I don't know anything about nauticals or pressure or the ocean really. I don't really understand these concepts, but you know what I'm going to do? I have all this fucking money. I'm going to build a submarine and have it run by a fucking Logitech controller. It looks like what does it look like a GameCube controller from fucking Logitech?
No, it
Yeah.
was a Logitech.
Yeah,
it was
the
a damn
Logitech Xbox controller.
Yeah, it was a Logitech Xbox controller.
Yeah,
I've
so
sold that
I'm just
shit.
gonna
I could have sold it to the guy who made it. Like,
I'm just
I don't
gonna
know.
fucking take this and I'm gonna use this to control this submarine so I can go down to the fucking Marianas Trench or whatever fucking great idea I fucking had, and not think that that's gonna turn out fucking terribly. I
The
love
only-
the confidence. I love the confidence that money gives people because money
The
gives people
only
such
one I
fucking
feel bad
stupid
about.
confidence.
is the stepson who got dragged down there by his stepdad.
Yeah, that's the only
Like,
person.
he didn't want to go, and his
The
stepdad
family-
basically dragged him down there.
The families though are like they sued the fucking piss out of that man.
Absolutely.
Why
Because
wouldn't you?
what happened, hold on. What happened was it came out that, and this was prior to the trial and everything, that even the structural engineer for the submarine told the guy, like told the head of Ocean Gate that this was not, it was not safe because there was failures in the test, compression test and shit. that it was not safe to go. It was not safe to do it. And they have the CEO on record saying, fuck safety, we're sending it down.
Huh.
And the families are the families fucking sued the shit out of that company.
Which, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you?
And
Why
there's
the fuck
another
wouldn't you?
company afterwards that there's another company afterwards that decided, fuck you, I'm gonna send another one down and prove to you it can be done. And he successfully went down, viewed the entire Titanic, and came back up.
We know it can be done. James Cameron did it back in the goddamn 90s. It's not like it's new information. We know it can be done. Why do they have
Yep.
to do it?
Dude, I don't know, but a man found an opportunity to get a bunch of dumbass idiots to spend over $1 million a piece, well over that. I forgot what the fucking price they paid to go down was, but to pay a stupid amount of money to ride down in a tin can that had no door to get out. The hatch was bolted shut. So there was no way to even potentially get out and prevent from imploding. You could have just died an alternative way. But
Yeah. Congratulations, you're now tuna fish.
Fun fact: it's
Yeah.
like the only thing that's standard on submarines is the fucking hatch, so that
But
like
that
the
one didn't
DSV can
fucking
fucking
have
evacuate
one.
you.
That one didn't fucking have one. It was bolted. The nose cone was bolted shut.
Jesus.
Yeah, like Russian submarines and American submarines have the same fucking dimension of hatch, so
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
either of them can fucking dock with each other in an emergency situation.
Yeah.
Yep. It blows my mind the amount of stupid confidence that comes with that climbs with the money that you have.
Well, I mean,
The fact
on
that more rich
the
people aren't dying all the time is phenomenal
Well,
to
no,
me.
another billionaire got killed not that long ago in the ocean. Yeah,
Oh.
fucking crashed their mega yacht.
I'm not.
There's no
surprised.
more. That's a really satisfying sentence. Can you say that again?
Crashed his mega yacht. Actually, it was even crazier. Is he crashed it into a millionaire's yacht? So
Add
his
insult to
mega
injury.
yacht crashed into someone's regular yacht. It was
Add
fucking
insult to
great.
injury.
And that regular yacht probably just pierced the hull like a fucking torpedo.
Yup.
Yeah. Built Ford tough, bitch.
Ford gets a plug in that one.
Out of my way, peasant. My boat is bigger.
Doesn't matter how big it is. It only matters how hard you can get it.
Wow. Oh my
I'm
God.
here to remind you that no matter how much money you make, I'm richer.
I love the fact that every time he unmutes, I wonder what the fuck we're about to hear.
I just, yeah.
I hit my
No,
vape. I know you don't want to hear.
Oh. Well, what's
Oh,
funny?
God.
So I don't remember if I don't think we talked about it on the last episode. I think it was just while we were gaming one night, or whenever we were recording, gaming and
Oh, excuse me.
But on the Logitech comment with the controller, it's funny because the United States Navy uses Xbox controllers to power a lot of the
Oh yeah, because they work.
a lot of the ballistic stuff that's done from that room is all powered by like Xbox controllers that we
Yeah.
buy.
Yeah, but the U.S. military also has more money than most small countries. So, like,
Yeah,
And
my
our
my
defense-
favorite line. The U.S. military is both first and second largest air force in the world.
like, I'm just saying it's
I
Yeah,
think
it's
I think
amazing.
it's like our defense spending's like what more than 16 other countries combined.
It's
So
more
if you,
than
yeah, if you
all
if you
other
look
countries.
if you look at the like top like 20, we spend more than the top 10 spend combined. or
Yeah, I
something
think
like
it's
a
like
crazy
yeah.
number like that. The only
Yeah.
person who comes close is China, and they spend less than half of what we spend per year.
Yeah, we spend a ton of money on the military. So obviously, if they want to run it by an Xbox controller, they have the equipment capable of taking that. Like that shit basically runs itself. That's the
So
kind of
we know who
we're
we know who
10
the
years
fuck
away.
we know who the fuck's keeping Xbox in business.
Dude, we are literally 10 years away from one of our fucking battleships going, I'm sorry, I can't let you do that, Hal, and fucking going crazy on us. Like, so yeah, they run it by Xbox controllers, but you know who shouldn't run their shit by some third party ass piece of shit fucking cheap controller? Some billionaire building a goddamn submarine himself.
Yo, speaking on military shit, I love that essentially the F-18, which has been like, the greatest air superiority fighter for the last like 40 years, like has now been reduced to the role of fucking backpack man.
Yeah.
Like it's basically the Samwise Gamgee now, where it just carries all the shit.
Yeah.
Because no, you know about the AIM 174, right?
No, I don't.
Okay, so the U.S. military decided to take what is essentially a telephone pole. It's a surface to air missile that they have now converted into an air to air missile and attached it to the bottom of the F-18. The range on the missile supersedes the range on the fighter. So now the current tactic is that an F-35, while engaging with an enemy that can't fucking see it, just calls in an airstrike from an F-18 that's over the horizon and just
Just picturing an F-35 in hover mode, just like, all right, let her go.
Right?
Fucking let her rip tater chip.
At this point, if you can clear a Call of Duty
Hey, little
campaign in
guy,
less than
see that Scud missile over there?
Go get it.
listen, at this point in time, if you can clear a Call of Duty campaign in less than, I would say, 3 hours, you qualify for the military and full benefits.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
No,
like
and,
at that
no,
point,
and apparently now the F-35 can fire in reverse.
that's amazing. Just imagine a jet comes up to you, stops dead in front of you, and then starts backing up as fast as it can while firing missiles at you.
No, that's the best part. You're like, oh, it's like if it feels like fucking with you, like you're this cocky Russian pilot in the Su-55, whatever the fucking like their 5th-gen fighter that they have 5 of in the entire country. Like it's like, oh, I'm going to take out American technology, and you're just flying at this thing, and the F-35 is just like, oh god, you got me in your sights. Oh no, and then just launches 3 AIM missiles in
it'd be a
fucking
fucking
reverse at
shame
you.
it'd be a fucking shame if I chucked this bitch in reverse.
I'm
Cobra
sorry. Let me
maneuver
just.
this shit.
Oh no! You're behind me. Whatever should I do? I guess maybe I should take a shit. Do
Do a barrel roll.
a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. No, like what John was saying, fucking
Top Gun. Fuck you. We made a third one.
F-35 just sitting there in hover mode, and it's like radios to the F-18 going, hey, bitch can't hit that
Send it.
motherfucker. Bitch can't hit that motherfucker with a light bulb.
Yeah, and fucking like kids in Gotham
Most
Generation
expensive
in
javelin toss ever.
Yeah.
be like, Ohio, I got a skibbity. I got a skibbity on my Giat. Let
Right.
loose the Rizzler.
Let loose the Rizzler.
Hit them with all reliable.
Jesus Christ. No,
The military's gonna call that fucking missile now the diddler.
The Rizzler.
I need you to let loose the Diddy.
Hit him with
No.
the ditty.
No. The Diddy is gonna be the Rapid Dragon, just because that's just fucking cruise missiles in bulk. You know, so like I try to stay up on all this shit. Have you seen Rapid Dragon? Because that is the most terrifying thing the U.S. military has invented in the last 30 years.
See, I don't keep up on that stuff because I love when I get surprised by this. Rapid Dragon, never heard of it. Shoots a bunch of
Okay.
missiles all at once. That sounds amazing.
So here's the cool part. So what is America's military's greatest
This is
superpower?
Flaming Dragon.
What was that?
What is the American military's greatest superpower?
Stupidity.
No.
Weaponized
It's
ignorance.
Nope. It's logistics. You know,
Logistics.
World War II, we had a problem figuring out how to park the ice cream ship off the coast of like Japanese controlled land while their soldiers are starving. They're like, oh, how are they going to get ice cream to the soldiers? Like, that's the shit that we worry about because of logistical power. So the issue with a cruise missile is like, okay, it's built in the U.S., and then you have to throw it on a cargo plane, and then you have to land it in an airfield, which then has to get loaded in onto a missile truck, which has to get driven out to a place, or you have to take it, put it on a fighter, and land it and fly it within the enemy space that you want to fly it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
We literally took out 50% of those steps. Yeah. So what Rapid Dragon
That way
is
they c-
is you can
So that-
load up to 9 cruise missiles, which can be nuclear loaded. Load them
God.
onto a fucking C-130 Hercules, or like any of like our standard cargo planes, and it is NATO compatible, so we can load it on our allies' cargo planes. Throw a parachute out the back. It pulls the whole cargo container off, splits it, and basically like it's like 3 separate boxes, each where it has like rounds, like each of the cruise missiles in separate chambers. They're
Right.
sitting up like vertical in the parachute. The cruise missile just drops out and gets picked up by GPS control. So
Well,
like Amazon 1-2 day delivery fucking cruise missiles.
It's-
Well,
oh fucking
I,
hell.
I have to admit I came, but I feel
Christ.
better now.
So, and I'm going to raise you on this. So, the specific cruise missile that they have designed for this has a 650-mile range. Do you know what 2 places have a 650-mile range differential?
What's that?
The distance between Seoul, South Korea, and Beijing. The distance between Kiev, Ukraine, and fucking Moscow, Russia. That's
But
it.
to give you an idea of what exactly he's talking about, you're welcome in the side chat.
Oh, fucking
Yeah.
yes. It's so beautiful.
That's
fucking
amazing.
Amazon rapid delivery.
I see people always
Each
say
of
like,
those boxes holds 4 cruise missiles. We can load I think the maximum is 3, so 12.
so and this is what I really love is learning these new things about the military and what it does and the kind of shit it creates, because you see it all the time where people will sit and they'll kind of make the joke about how like, oh haha, the US has got all this crazy shit happening socially and like this, that, or the other, forgetting that, like you said, our greatest power is logistics and technology. It's not the people. It's no longer the
No,
people
it is
in
the
the
people.
country.
That's the best
I mean, it's the
part.
people.
It's still
It's
the
the people.
people.
It's the people. Yeah, sure, it's the people, but it's not like the general population. Like, it's not the general public. We don't rely on the general population to hopefully join up anymore. No. No, we rely on the people who work in these factories that create all these missiles, so that way we can just mail you your death. Like,
I posted
we have
another
people
one
who
in the
sit in
chat.
chairs with an Xbox controller, and they basically play Call of Duty using your country as the game board. Like,
Yeah, basically.
Real life fuck you status.
This episode of the Dummy Time Podcast is brought to you in part by Southeast Carolina Crossroads. Addiction is a struggle many Americans suffer with. Being a slave to your vices is never a life one wants to lead, and in today's day and age, finding help with addiction, especially for men, can be just as daunting as the addiction itself. Southeast Carolina Crossroads wants to help you break free from the chains of addiction and give you the tools to help not only get out of the damaging cycle, but also provide skills and lessons to help maintain your sobriety. Their 13-week or 90-day residential program is designed to help men get the support they may desperately need to break free from their addiction and go on to live fulfilling lives without the shadows of drugs or alcohol. I have a great friend that suffered with alcoholism. It was ruining his life, his body, and destroying the person that I knew. And although I am not personally a religious person, I was able to see that the good Crossroads had done for him, and I couldn't recommend them more. So if you or a loved one are struggling to kick their addiction, give Crossroads a call at 910-549-8487 or apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Once again, that is 910-549-8487, or you can also apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Thank you, Southeast Carolina Crossroads, for helping my friend and sponsoring today's podcast.
Okay, apparently I was off on the numbers because I was referencing an older document. Apparently, with a modified system, they can drop 45 of them
Christ.
and if it wanted to. But let's just assume for moderate sake 12 cruise missiles.
A more
these things,
conservative number.
yeah. So these missiles average a cost of $200 million
I see. Yeah,
times 12.
I just see. I can't even fathom that kind of money. I don't. That kind of money
So,
doesn't
Just
isn't real to
shooting
me.
the GDP of a small nation at a guy who earns less than $40,000 a year.
Yeah, I see. That's the whole thing too about it. Is like people talk about like the amount of money people spend for like the military spending, all this stuff. We can't fathom that amount. I can't fathom the amount of money that they just drop on countries. I can't fathom how much it costs to do that. That's money that's so out of my that money isn't real to me. That's not a real amount. That doesn't exist. Like
Yeah.
you talk about the deficit,
the
the deficit
the
of the country. That
Moab.
money doesn't exist.
The
Doesn't
Moab, the
exist.
biggest bomb we've ever dropped on guys. $16 million in munitions. Like one bomb. Like, and it killed like a platoon. Like it killed a small deployment of enemy soldiers. Like it's just like, oh, that mountain gone. $16 million sounds cheap.
Yeah,
You-
I just
Hey, yo, dog, heard you need a new parking lot. Got you, fam.
like I don't that amount of money doesn't exist. That is not real. That's
Actually,
not a real amount
apparently,
of money.
it's actually a lot cheaper now. That was the original price. Now they're like
That was the
only
original
170
price.
only 170,000.
Is that adjusted for inflation though?
The development cost was 16 million. Sorry, so
Is that
$170,000.
but is that adjusted for inflation?
Because
you know,
maybe.
right-
I don't know.
Because right now is a head of lettuce is like $7 fucking at Walmart. So
Mm.
That's why I don't food shop at Walmart, dog.
dude, fucking Aldi, thank you God. Aldi, fucking
Bro,
awesome. Sam's
I
Club
went to-
though.
I went to
Oh,
fucking like Stop and Shop the other day, and it was fucking over $3 for a bottle of soda, not a 2 liter, like out of the fridge at the checkout. I was like, what?
dude, a fucking candy bar costs more than $3 here in North Carolina.
Mhm.
It's fucking ridiculous. That's why I said Sam's Club. I fucking love Sam's Club. Sam's Club, I have a giant bucket of chocolate covered raisins. I've eaten half of them already because I'm a fucking fat pig.
Okay,
I
so
can't help myself. But
I'm posting a
fucking love
picture.
it. Buy in
I'm
bulk,
posting
kids.
a picture.
Learn how to budget
and-
to buy in bulk.
Imagine seeing that coming through the fucking sky.
Oh,
at your
I
country.
love these. I love these.
Oh,
Okay, so we're gonna stay on the topic of missiles. That's
The
fine.
drone
That thing
missile,
I
yeah.
fucking love. The
I'm
missile
not
that
gonna
fires
lie,
baby missiles.
guys.
Love it.
I am so happy that SIG won the investment.
Oh, yes.
Wait, what happened now?
So the
So-
new yeah.
Yeah, the new standard issue weapons, they're fielding them this year, and they're testing them out and whatnot. The XM7 and it's like the X250 something millimeter. Anyway, they're replacing the M4 and the M249 SAW and the 240 and the M240 Bravo. So basically the what is I have to be accurate here. The XM250 XM250, and they're both chambered in 6.8 millimeter.
Jesus.
6.8 millimeter.
Yeah, 6.8 millimeter.
It's a
which
unique
is-
round. Yeah.
It is a very
Okay.
unique round. It's a big round.
Okay. Okay.
Basically, it's the RAL LMG.
All right. All right.
That is the actual RAL LMG in real. And
It's why it showed up in Call of Duty, is to get people used to it.
Ah.
yeah, and I believe that this is one of the two battle rifles. I think it was one of the two. That the other one, that's one of the two battle rifles you can use in COD, I think.
Yeah, the MX Spear. The MCX Spear and the one that you said, the XM. These rifles are fucking insane, especially the battle rifle, because this is designed to essentially replace the M4 mod version. They're replacing that line.
Oh.
So
My
the
only
best part
issue-
about this gun is the easiness to clean it.
Yeah, it's easy to clean.
It's two
they're
parts.
Oh,
Literally.
nice. I like that.
literally two parts.
Because like an AR-15 is idiot proof, but there's still a lot of parts to keep track of.
Yeah, and it's only
Like,
one
admittedly.
bolt that actually holds the two parts together.
That's nuts. That's cool though.
Yep. They simplified it. They basically 3D printed through metal the entire rail system. So
Oh,
from
shit.
the barrel to the receiver is one structural piece. It attaches to the receiver at a hinge joint at the front of the receiver, and then it is attached and secured at the rear of the receiver, right in front of the stock, with one
Yes.
bolt.
Huh. That's pretty fucking impressive. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm. My only issue with this platform is, I mean, unless you're, the machine gunner, ammo
Yeah.
count, larger round, less mag capacity. I mean, granted, most riflemen don't fire in fully automatic unless you're like suppressing or something, and even then, man, I
Yeah.
mean, you're popping semi. You're not.
Yeah.
You're ammo's everything. So I mean, you better make your fucking shots count.
So according to the feed system, the magazine pouches are up to 200 rounds. It's 30, 50, 100, or 200.
I tell you what, my gauge on when we can say that we've made it is when we can afford to pay for us to go and film us in like Nevada or one of these other plucking places,
Mm.
firing fully automatic weapons. That is when I'll look at you guys and be like, guys, we made it. We were able to fund ourselves going to do this.
That's one thing. When we've actually made it is when we can afford to take the trip to Assassin's Creed firing range. No, do you know what that shit is?
It sounds like something cool. I haven't actually heard of it, but it sounded cool.
So it is a insane firing range, which I'm trying to find the website for it. But now all of like us actual Assassin's Creed comes up. But basically it either is or was a firing range where you could fire anything at basically anything but a human.
That's amazing.
So like if you're like, I want to launch a tow missile at a cow, they will make it happen. Like if you want to see what like and put a fucking javelin missile through a fucking car, they will ask you what kind of car. Like if you have the money to pay for it, you can shoot it.
See, I just want us to go shoot automatic machine guns. I just want machine guns. I want to shoot a saw, I want to shoot some fucking monstrosity of a machine gun and be able to pull the trigger and have a whole bunch of rounds come out at one time and not have to worry about the laws. Love it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked.
I want to do
I'm
that
glad you
when we can afford to do that as a crew. We can go and film it, and I can afford to pay Steve's Steve's son-in-law or stepson or whatever the fuck how the fuck their relationship works. When I can pay, I can can bring him along as a camera guy because not gonna lie, work pretty good as a camera guy. You'll see the footage. You become a Patreon member once that comes up, and we can put that out. But anyway, but that's all I want to do. That's when I say we made it. Is when we can afford to do that because I think that'd be fucking hilarious. I think that'd be a riot. I think I'd get to capture John's O face on camera.
Listen, if you would have seen the video of me shooting a minigun, you would have seen my face.
The moment that gun spun up is the moment John's vinegar strokes started happening.
I'm just
Mhm.
saying. I'm just saying. Like,
but
I
John,
literally
you
What?
missed the best part. I realize about the fucking SIG system,
What?
the scope.
What about it?
The integrated visual augmentation scope?
Yeah. It's
I
not
like your
new
words, Magic
technology
Man.
it's not new technology by any means. They've definitely perfected it.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Is it's never been on a battlefield before.
Well, they finna fuck around and find out, son.
Okay,
So
so for
what-
Dickel who does not know, like, because I know that
So-
I knew that was coming.
So first, what is going on? So super cool augmented reality style kind of fucking scope, future scope.
Okay, so it's a scope that first off has a built-in variable range. So you can use it as either like essentially a hollow scope, like a hollow scope, or as an
Right.
actual marksman scope.
Nice.
I'm trying to look up the specs on it. But yeah,
But here's-
that's not the cool part. The cool part is that it has the option for squad fire augmented reality, so that tracers are no longer required. It will indicate what your squad mates are firing at live in the field.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty fucking cool.
We talked about that, I think, in episode 3. It was
I think we might have.
Squad Link.
Oh, the squad link thing.
Yeah, we
Built-in
talked about
ballistic
that.
calculator, atmospheric sensor suite, compass, intra-soldier, wireless visible, infrared aiming lasers, and a digital overlay. Basically a HUD.
Except it takes the math out of marksmanship.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's all very cool, Joe. Say compass.
Compass.
Okay. Because you said compass. And I was like, you're not one of those folks. You're not one of them weirdos, are you? I say compass.
Anthony's
compass.
autism kicked in for a second, and he hyper focused on one fucking word.
Yeah, but anyway, so the automatic ballistic calculator, which John was referencing. So you basically select the target you want to shoot in the scope, like you just press a button, and then it adjusts your scope automatically and tells you where to aim to hit that target, factoring in all of the normal shit you would have to factor.
That's pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's cool as shit.
Like going, oh, that enemy's 1,000 meters away.
So
Adjust accordingly.
what did this SIG get voted for or voted on, or what did this SIG
Well,
win?
it's
Because John said it won something.
replacing the M4 and the SAW and the 240 Bravo.
Oh, so this is
It
replacing
got the
weapons in the
contract.
military.
Yeah, this is going to be the new
replace
standard
all
issue.
of the military.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh,
They-
so we're starting to equip super soldiers now.
We're
Basically.
on a glow up, son.
We're on a quest to basically create super soldiers
Because
through
the
technology.
last time that the U.S. military tried to up their arms, and then figured out, oh wait, if we just give the Marines scope, they headshot 75% of the shots they take. Like,
I already get
to
it.
the
I get it now.
point where they
I
were
already-
being investigated for war crimes.
I see.
Yeah.
I see what's happening now. I see what's happening now. You got fucking Elon Musk creating Neuralink to link people's brains to computers and shit. So we got that. He's fucking all
Calm
up in
down,
Donald Trump's
Alex.
shit. I'm telling you, that's what's happening. I'm telling you right now. Call fucking Charlie Day with the picture from that fucking show from It's Always Sunny where he's pointing at all the fucking pictures and he's connecting all the red lines because fucking it's all that's what it is. That's what it is. Fucking Trump's trying to get back. Trump's trying to get
Calm
elected
down.
so he can have Elon Musk create Neuralinks for these fucking fancy ass guns. And they're going to create
Hey,
super
Joe.
soldiers through technology. They're going to create Terminators, except for
He's
cyborgs.
being weird again.
He's fucking broke. Somebody fix him.
You know, and also a symptom of that and side effect is it turns the frogs gay.
You know what's funny? They actually did that as a TV show already.
What, turning the frogs gay?
Not the frogs gay. What you were talking about.
Oh my god, we're living
It's
in a
called-
TV
it's-
show.
It's called The Peripheral. This
I don't want to
girl
live on this
fi-
planet no more. I don't want to change
Chloe
timelines.
Grace Moretz finds an advanced piece of equipment and then like ends up working with this guy who is an ex-military member who what they do in the modern military is they recruit like a whole friend group from like a town and then they neuralink them together so that they can feel each other's emotions and everything and be completely in sync on the battlefield. And you know what those fucking side effects was? This dude walks into a bar like 200 miles away from his hometown, sees a dude and then beats him half to death because turns out that guy is the one who like sexually assaulted his sister or something like that. Like, and not his sister, the guy he was neuralinked with. So he felt that dude's rage from 200 miles away and acted that kind of shit.
Yeah, see, this is where I go to where we're living in the wrong time. Whatever happened to where our timeline shifted like a few months ago, shift it back, please. I don't want to live in this timeline where TV and movies are becoming reality. Idiocracy is slowly becoming the real life, and I
dude,
don't like it.
You've been living under a rock forever then, because what a lot of people don't realize and understand is that half the shit that they show you in movies, half
It's
the
already
shit
out.
they show you in movies is already happening, or is already in plans to happen in the near future.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the shit you see in war movies, a lot of the shit you see in like just movies in general, we've already done, doing, or currently like whatever.
The U.S. military has a whole propaganda program that basically institutes itself into technology and influences pop culture to train America's youth into the future technology that's going to be there. So the first instance of this was the hand grenade. So in the early 20s, post World War I, we were developing the hand grenade. And originally, hand grenade was not what we have as today, is that like ball hand grenade. So what did we get once it got to that point? What was the first thing that happened? We taught kids and got them to play baseball at a school level so that they were used to throwing that weight and that shape as far as they could. Then later on, right before I think it was either right before or right after World War II, we created a hand grenade that was like a football. Guess what sport then went into effect into schools? Football. Drone programs. COD. All of this shit happens prior to the actual usage of that shit so that America's youth are pre-trained on it. Hell, even our fucking like playground equipment. Like you go to like other countries and look at playground equipment, it is nothing like what we have. All of our shit is basically just low-key versions of an American military training course.
That's amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Tell me I'm
I mean,
wrong.
it's terrifying because you're not wrong, but also fucking amazing because you know who else really, 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 really likes the playgrounds in America? My kid.
Yeah. And do you know what the
Who's-
military is full of?
My kid.
Yup. I'm telling you, when he's old enough, if he gets to a functional level where he can like actually work in that level, he will thrive in a military environment because it'll be rigid structure. It will provide him very clear instructions on the things he's supposed to do right, and it's going to reward him from doing those things right.
Oh yeah, it'd
The
be perfect for
military
him.
is made for autism.
Yep. Please tell me any other person who is suited to look at a screen all day and make sure that light doesn't blink red.
Pretty much.
That's one of the best explanations I've ever heard. I'm not even gonna lie to
Blinky,
you.
blinky.
So
Like-
we
No.
I had
Pinky.
an idea for a question, and since we're creeping up on our mark,
We are.
so here's a question, and we just rapid fire the response if whatever. But what's the funniest prank you've ever played on somebody?
Oh,
I don't know if I can legally tell this story.
I know.
I can legally tell mine if I don't.
Do it.
So
You tell yours,
was-
I'll figure out if I can tell mine.
it was while I was in the military. We had a guy that we threw a birthday party for him, and we got him belligerent. Like, I've never gotten somebody so fucked up in my life. And I had the bright idea of telling a free friend of ours, hey, he's getting to the point where he's about to fucking yak everywhere. I need you to keep
I
his
know.
attention for like 10 minutes. They're like, bet. All right, cool. So I went over into the kitchen because our barracks weren't big. They were like a living room, bedroom shared, and a little kitchen, and that was it. So this party was going from like 3 barracks. I went into his kitchen. I found the saran wrap. I took the saran wrap into the bathroom, shut and locked the door. I saran wrapped this man's toilet. So I saran wrapped it so well that it like you could tell that I saran wrapped this toilet. And I shut the lid, and all of a sudden, all I'm hearing in the background coming through the door is this. This motherfucker banging on the door. I gotta throw up. And it's just like you could hear it coming, and about the third time he said it, I flung the door open. And I stepped out and shut the door behind me because I knew it was coming. This man flung the toilet seat open and went to hurl. And when he did, it flexed the saran wrap to the water. And when it touched the water, it came back and it hit this man in the face. That motherfucker didn't talk to me for a week. He was mad as ale.
So we sold my high school as seniors.
What? Excuse me?
Okay, I can't follow up with that. Can I tell mine first? Because there's no way mine's gonna top that one.
Okay.
So for legal purposes, this is not something that I did. But these are about party. We'll call him Bill, and we're gonna call him Ted. So Ted decided that it was a smart idea to get in a prank war. It started off very innocuous, but Ted decided to super glue dildos to Bill's car. Bill didn't.
No.
Bill had a lovely Camaro. He did not take this kindly.
It became the dick wagon.
Oh no, he got them off. A little bit of damage to the paint, but nothing too crazy. And he fixes cars. So again, not something that like it was out of his realm to deal with, but it was still fucking annoying, laborious, and caused a lot of work.
Yeah.
Bill is a fucking mad genius. So what Bill did, and this is 2013, 2014, like before Facebook Marketplace. So Craigslist was still a thing. He put an ad on Craigslist that said, artist seeking material for art installation. I am a new wave industrial artist, and I need materials to help me build a abstract art piece. I'm seeking construction supplies and leftover garbage, and refuse from construction sites.
I
I
was
will.
just
I
like, oh, sorry.
no. Go ahead.
I was gonna just say my ADHD is so fucking bad because the minute you started to say what the ad was when he's like, I'm a da 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 da, and my for whatever, and I need this da 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 da, my brain just immediately started doing the JG
Well, the-
Wentworth theme song.
So yeah. So he puts this. He puts this ad up
I'm sorry.
asking for people to dump these supplies onto the front yard, and he will take them and transport them to the site, but you're free
Oh,
to dump it
no.
on the front yard of such and such address of this person's parents' house.
I'd have been so fucking mad.
That's amazing.
Please do not drop after or before these hours. This is when you can drop it off. No knock required.
Strategically when he's at work.
So that when this dude shows up, there is a pile of industrial and construction waste just sitting on his front lawn, like a dumpster's worth of trash.
That's amazing.
He's like, oh. To this day, I don't think he knows it was Bill.
I'm sure
That's
he knows.
kind of amazing.
I don't think so. There's no way to prove it.
That's amazing. I love sweet revenge like that.
Mm.
I love
His
that kind of
parents were
stuff.
pissed.
No, so so what had happened with us was we wanted to do something. So our school had a very lovely senior prank tradition. So we wanted to very much live up to that thing. We thought about forking the yard of the superintendent because he was a prick. But instead of doing that, because I already buried his doors during the wintertime at one point and locked him in his house that way. So instead, what we did, well, we had a blizzard and it dropped like 1.5 feet of snow. So what I did is I got over his house at like 3 in the morning and I buried his front and back door in like all the snow. Like I just filled his door with snow. So when he opened his front door, it was just snow.
Wall of snow.
Yeah. But so what we did was we devised this plan where every day for like a solid week, we all went to our buddy Lucas's house after school because he lived up on the hill and he had all this land that his house sat on. And what Lucas, who was a certified genius, took a test and all that. He was a genius with a mullet. He was one of the coolest fucking kids I knew. Goofy as fuck looking, but cool as shit. But anyway, what he had devised was a plan and a thing that basically was a bunch of sheets sewn together that said "for sale, call for inquiry" with this dude's phone, one of the kids' phone numbers on it. This guy named Nick, his phone number on the sign. It said "comes with class of 2006" is like a little teehee joke. Or it comes with class of 2008. Sorry, because I was graduated 2007. So it comes with class of 2008. It's like a teehee joke, but it said "for sale, call for inquiry." Nick's phone number. And what it was this was connected to two things. At the top was a metal bar with some chains that were attached to tires that were weighted to keep it there. And then the other bottom portion was attached to another bar that was attached to a fishing line that was attached to a piece of a pencil. And that piece of pencil was to sit on the ground at the school, to which the guy who got there first, which is this kid named Matt, would then grab and pull, which would then unveil the sign on the school before anyone else got there. Went flawlessly, by the way. It was great. What was really a big pain in the ass was the 4 a.m. getting picked up by a bunch of guys to go and put this thing on the fucking roof of the school and get out all with under an hour. Which was a lot of fun. It was very much it was a very much a Mission Impossible moment, sneaking around and shit. We just took a bunch of ladders and climbed up to the top of the school with this big fucking sign And Matt got there, pulled the fucking sign down. We got a picture. I got a picture somewhere. I could dig it up with my principal standing in front of the sign. And yeah, and then we ended up selling the. Nick actually met a guy. So Matt pulled the sign, and they couldn't figure out how to get the fucking sign down for like 2 hours. The thing hung there, and in that 2 hours, Nick was able to get a call, come up with it, just basically wrote up like a fake, like a writ of sale. You know what I mean? For the school, and sold it to somebody in town for $20. So we effectively sold our high school.
That's fucking awesome.
Wow.
If he could have got the bill of sale notarized, he would have legally owned a school.
Yeah, for $20.
I don't know, man. I've got. I'll do one that is innocent enough. So I did property management for a couple of years, and I was working for this guy, and we cut up, pulled pranks, do all that, but I can't remember how he got me. But he got me. All right, bitch. That's fine. I'll get your ass back. So one day, he was talking some kind of shit before he left. I was like, all right, old man, keep talking. He's like, oh, whatever. So he ends up leaving with one of the other guys. They went off to go get something from Lowe's, or I don't know. So I'm there with my buddy, my longtime that got me the job, and we're sitting there, and he was just like, I don't remember what he said, but we got on the topic of, he was like, we should pull a prank on Dion. I was like, dude, I got the idea. So I took out both of his measuring tape, a 15 and a 35-inch, a 35-foot measuring tape. And every 6 inches on the back of this man's measuring, I drew dicks. So on a 15-foot, every 6 inches, I drew dick, like just a small triumphant veiny bastard.
A small triumphant veiny bastard.
So I did this every 6 inches on both of his measuring tape. And I did that, put them back in his nail bag, and forgot about it. Mind you, me and Peter both knew that he did this.
Jesus.
So I don't know, man. 3 weeks later, I'm inside replacing a at this one guy's house, and I get a call from Peter, and he is dying laughing. I was like, what's going on, bro? He's like, yo, man, Dion is so pissed, but you fucking got his ass. It's like, what are you talking about, man? And this motherfucker, he's like, dude, we were at Miss White's house. And I was like, yeah? That's not her real name. But we were at Miss White's house, and he was taking some doorway measurements, and he pulled right in her face. We're standing behind her, and he's taking measurements of the doorway, and there are dicks all across the back of this measuring tape.
No.
So he's just waving a measuring tape of penises right in this rich lady's face. This woman's a freaking millionaire, and he's just waving dicks in her face. I got this bitch via proxy. And I got him, and I hear him like, that motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking get him, that bitch.
That's really
I
funny.
just started hollering. Oh man, I was like, it was the gift that kept on giving too, because he kept forgetting to switch out the measuring tapes, so he pulled it out in front of the owner.
Oh no.
Of the property management company, taking a measurement and something.
Oh
He was
no.
I will call him Derek. He was like, Derek, what the hell is that on your measurement? He was like, oh my god, and he just throws it into the freaking trash and gets another one.
I would just say, you guys do know you can use first names if you know if you can use the actual first name, just don't use the last name. You don't have to make
no,
up new
no.
first
I,
names.
I did that. I did that very specifically
Yeah.
Well,
because if
what's
if he
funny?
finds out who it was,
Oh God.
What's funny is John's old boss is like, for context of what this man looked like, he was the poster child definition of overcompensation.
He was like a
he
hobbit
drove
from
a
the south
big
side of the
ass,
Shire.
I'm saying
you
like
know,
small. Are we saying like small PP energy or?
like, dude. Okay, Anthony, I've seen a picture of him, and he's a little bit taller than you, but about your size. And he drove this massive black truck, like kitted out black truck. Like
Gotcha.
he probably needed a roll up ladder to get in his truck.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this man
Man had it coming.
was like a hobbit from the Shire if it had an Ohio.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And he drove a really
Gotcha.
big Ram 3500.
Huh.
Oh my God, dude, that guy is just the embodiment, the embodiment of just like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, so I wanted to bring up this last funny topic here, and this was brought to my attention because we're just about the end. But I wanted to bring this up just because I am working on our Hawk Tua Eye video, and because it is something that's serious. So I'm not sure if you guys had heard about this. This was brought to my attention by Hayes. Apparently, Hawk Tua girl wants to UFC style fight JoJo Siwa.
I
Fuck you, I'm buying tickets.
wholeheartedly support that.
I fully
I would
support,
pay
and
to
I will
see
say that
that.
JoJo Siwa will kick the living fuck out of Hawk Tua girl.
I
Jo-
don't know about that.
JoJo Siwa's got a
Oh,
history
dude,
of crazy, and these are dancer. They're trained. They are fit. That girl's got legs that could crush your head like a melon. And
Dude,
she's
all
six.
day.
She's almost 6 feet tall. She's like 5'9".
I got money on JoJo Siwa all day.
All day. JoJo, like, listen, Hawk Tua girl works in a spring factory. That's great. That's very cool. Who knows what side of the spring factory she works on? I'm sure she works at the very hard part of the spring factory. But, however, JoJo Siwa has been basically trained as a dancing monkey for her entire life. And she has got muscle on muscle.
I just want to
If
see
that-
her get her ass kicked because she went out and claimed that she invented K-pop.
Listen, I'm not saying that JoJo Siwa is a great person. Shit human being.
Oh,
I'm just
I just
saying
want
when
to
it
see
comes
her
to
get
a
her ass
fight.
kicked. That's all I want.
Well, unfortunately,
He
it couldn't be
wasn't.
by the Hawk
He
Tua
wasn't
girl.
making any prior or against. He just wants that. That's all.
Oh
I don't
my
care the
God.
result
I
as
just
long as she gets her ass kicked.
that was brought to my attention, and I fucking died. I thought that was one of the funniest goddamn things I'd ever heard in my life. So I thought I'd just bring that to y'all's attention since we're doing that Hawk Tua Eye video pretty soon.
First,
Which-
we have Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Now we have Hawk Tua versus Siwa.
Honestly, listen, I'm just saying, I'm glad our Hawk Tua Eye video is coming out soon, because if she did fight JoJo Siwa, she wouldn't be able to Hawk Tua nothing because her jaw's gonna get wired shut. So
Here we'll put a pin in something probably next week, next episode this could be kind of like a homework thing for between now and then, is create a celebrity fight card.
oh,
Ooh.
down. Next week, celebrity fight cards. Yes.
Celebrity fight card. Create one between now and next. We'll
Yes.
do. What's a typical fight card? What, 5 fights? Because you got a couple undercard fights.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
if I
do
know.
5 fights.
I don't know. What we'll do, you know what we'll do is we'll come back, we'll have a little get together, we'll discuss the rules or whatever of said fight, and we can record it, and if it's long enough, we'll put it out as like a behind the scenes thing. Again, Patreon, when that comes out, go join it, find it. but then we'll do the actual fucking each one of us will pull our fucking 5-person fight cards
No, not 5-person. Like
or
this
fight
person does
cards.
5 fight card.
Yeah, we'll pull a fight card and we'll give out each fight who we're gonna put in that fight and why, and then we can pull together what we think is the best ranked fight. 5-card fight. We'll take into account everybody's. We'll take everybody's fights and we'll come up with the five definitive what would we see as a celebrity fight and what. I love this idea. I can't wait to hash this out. Okay. See, next episode what 9? Yes,
9.
episode 9. Yes, episode 9. Fight cards. Gonna love it. I love it. I'm so excited for that. Okay, but it's an hour, so I'm gonna go and fall asleep now. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Say goodbye, everybody.
Ah.
Later.